Hi guys, I'm Utsawa. Today is October the 20th, 2024. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, hit the like button below. I would really appreciate it if you share my videos. I'm on Rumble, I'm on BitChute, I'm on Odyssey, I'm on the Gun Exchange. I'm also on True Social, on Gap, and also on Telegram. Please, if you have been unsubscribed, please resubscribe. Unfortunately, people ask me all the time. I'm banned from YouTube to X, still everywhere, everywhere else. So please follow me on the other platforms, and if they unsubscribe you, please resubscribe. Don't let them win. We are at war here, and a lot of my information I brought out for the last 10 years, close to 10 years, have been coming true, and I was oftentimes the first one who brought it out, and so they have been freaking out a lot and shutting me down a lot. So please don't let them win, and keep going. We keep going, right? We don't shut up. So anyway, I got some information about Nesara, about the Biden actor that's arrested, and World War III has started. I also got some information about parasites. I didn't want to bring it in the same video, but I do in this video. I give you a little bit an overview. My latest conclusion about health is that it's all about the parasites. Okay, it's also, you can say it's all about the toxins, it's all about infectious diseases. We've said this for a long time, but it's the medical establishment's biggest scam, pretending these things are not important, or they pretend they do not exist, while the science around it is overwhelming, the evidence is big. More and more scientific studies are coming out that parasites cause mental illness, schizophrenia, but also cancer, Alzheimer, Parkinson's disease, inflammation. They're trying to repress it, they can't, because there's so much data out there now. And I also have found information, and I've seen it, with my skill and so on, and I've experienced it, that they're trying to poison us, they're trying to give us diseases, but they're also trying to give us parasites, especially the Toxoplasma gondii. And I will be talking about this a little bit in this video. There were people also going to the Senate, and they were talking about food colorings. They are also parasites. I don't think that's a coincidence that they want these food colorings in the food and in the drinks. It has to do with mind control. As I said this for years, to avoid these foods and drinks. They have synthetic food colorings in them. Before I start with that, I want to talk about something more pleasant, such as Nesara, but I also want to talk about Judge Merchan. There's a chatter going on online stating that the agency online, we were told, arrested him, and they allege that he was brought to Gitmo. And the agency is the U.S. Navy JAP has denied that. A spokesperson for the U.S. Navy JAP Corps denied that in an email. Patricia Bob, a spokeswoman, has denied Judge Merchan's arrest. We don't have any proof either way. I've seen him at home with his family. I couldn't confirm the arrest, so some people didn't like it, but I can only tell you what I'm seeing. And he's going to be arrested. I see him at home with his family, and I see he's in trouble. He's in trouble. There's definitely something coming at him. Joe Biden, the actor, is arrested. I'm seeing the Biden actor has been arrested. So we have seen a new actor in the public eye, controlled by the new Biden department. Dictators, communists, and otherwise extremist liberals have taken over the Biden administration without due process. They have replaced the previous Biden actor and took over without due process, and basically replaced the department. Okay, so basically the Kamala group has taken over. And that's not legal, that's treason or sedition. So that's under investigation. Okay, Hurricane Helene has caused major devastation in Texas and Asheville, North Carolina. FEMA has failed to rescue people, and the media has downplayed the issue. Another hurricane hit Florida as well. And anyway, what's going on is the deep state the Kamala Harris administration, the Biden administration, has been causing these hurricanes. We know that there's technology that can enhance hurricanes, redirect hurricanes. With cloud seeding, you can make it worse. You can redirect it with satellites. We know there's tons of technology out there. They can stop it. They can make the hurricane go into the ocean versus hitting landfall and things like that, okay? But the White Hats will be successful in helping to stop or at least lessen these man-made hurricanes short term. And the White Hats also want to shut down the illegal and malicious prosecution of whistleblowers, truthers, patriots, and Trump allies. They also want to shut down the illegal spying and election interference. Okay, and then also what's so interesting is I told you guys about the illegal spying via the new cars such as the Dodge, GMC, etc. They're all doing it. Ford is doing it too, but Ford is probably the car I found is the least compromised. So if you're looking for a new car, I would go with Ford. Just my opinion. And when you have a used car, just call them up and ask them if it's made in America. And certain years are made in America, other years maybe are not. And manufacturing is coming back to America. So Trump has also stated that basically in a rally yesterday, he stated again that they were going to Mexico, the Dodge company did that. And the Ford, they were going all over the world. I think some of their cars are made in Thailand or Australia, but Dodge, Chrysler, they're doing it with Mexico, and these are Chinese factories. And then he said they were going, the Chinese communists were going around the Horn. The Horn is the Dodge, and just doing whatever they want to do. And they put in, I mean, I'm telling you this, he didn't say it directly, but basically this is all about spyware. They're putting in materials and spyware and things into the car, into the Dodge and Chrysler, that then where they can spy on you. And in the new ones, there's also Apple Play, Google Play, and all that stuff in it. And there's certain materials where they can add something to it and then spy on you. And there's a bigger and bigger screen, you know, and there's tracking on the car. They're tracking you to follow you, see where you're going and stuff like that, like violating your privacy. And also I have been test driving some of these Dodge trucks and so on. And wow, was some negative energy in there. And in the front, the lights, I said this for a long time, that's a camera. If you park the Dodge truck in front of your house, you may have nightmares from it. I mean, they're just attacking you inside your car, inside your house. It's a Chinese communist taking over. And yeah, he said they were going around the Horn. Isn't that interesting? So, regarding to Nazara, I already have stated for a while that when Donald Trump is re-elected into the Corporation America, he will finish the Corporation America, and we are going to have the Republic America. I also have received information for a long time, new elections in spring. I have received the downloads from the Galactics that we're going to have a parallel government. We already have a parallel government, okay? So we have the Republic America in the background, and then we have the Corporation America officially. Okay, so Trump has announced no tax on tips, no tax for seniors, and no tax on overtime. He keeps stating these things, including the other day he said something in regards to tax deductions as well. So this is all meant for the Corporation America, while the Republic America, the benefits will go a lot further. Okay, so while he states it's in the Corporation America, in the Republic America, it means for you that no taxes at all. So if you don't pay your taxes, perhaps the IRS can't go after you. Maybe they send you a nasty letter, but they can't come after you. So in the Corporation America, you pay your taxes, but then you will get some of your tax money back. In the Republic America, you get your tax money back up to 10 years. That's the information I got for a long time. And so you may get 2 checks. So that's maybe how this is going to play out. So that's just to give you an idea. I see Nazara in spring of 2025. In the Corporation America, we'll be getting some money. And then in the Republic America, we will be getting a lot more money, so there might be 2 checks coming. So you may be wondering, oh, why do I get 2 checks? And then these are just a couple of examples, okay? So and all these legal cases, they already, I said this for a long time, they're not legally binding any further. So we already have other laws. Corporation America is bankrupt. It's bankrupt. They filed for bankruptcy a couple of years ago. And so this is just playing out on the surface to arrest these criminals in government who, who still think that they have some sort of power and exercising power, abusing their power, and doing bad things. So it's all in the end a sting operation. When Trump takes office, you will see gas prices going down quickly, and you will see inflation go down very quickly, meaning price in the store will go down very quickly as well. Already now, some stores have lowered their prices. It's really interesting. So also what's going on is World War III has started by Russia. A couple of weeks ago, when they attacked Ukraine, World War III has started. So again, the Kamala Biden administration has been provoking countries in order to start World War III, a nuclear war. I covered this in my videos and on my blog. Moscow has attacked, and this officially/unofficially started World War III, yet it's been shut down by the White Hats as we speak. The White Hats worldwide are working on shutting down and are on full alert. They are taking over like never before. The Hurricane Helene disaster will follow with arrests of public officials, and these man-made hurricanes will be shut down as well. You will see less and less of them in the near future. The White Hats military has gained a lot of power in recent weeks and months as they were arresting a lot of these bad actors. Certain emergency situations, martial law scenarios are in effect, okay? So here's what they reported in the news. Russian troops have reached the Ukrainian city Toretsk, an anchor of Kiev's defenses in the eastern Donetsk region. Its capture could bring closer the prospect of Moscow securing the entire Donbass. So when you look on the map, so basically Russia has already taken over the lower part of the Ukraine, okay? So now Putin has been threatening the UK. Again, there's all these different war scenarios popping up. There's a lot going on with Iran and Israel and in the Middle East and worldwide. So they were provoking countries, and things are popping up here and there. I mean, there is danger. In regards to Hurricane Helene, FEMA is also exposed. FEMA has been taken over by the White Hats. I told you that the Homeland Security has been taken over too a while back. And so these agencies are taken over by them being exposed for abusing their power. And we are in a war scenario, so there's something going on similar to martial law. There's different laws going on where they can access the NSA and get all the data. The DOJ is filing a lawsuit against Elon Musk for not hiring so-called asylum seekers for Starlink. And of course, some of these people are really terrorists. A lot of them are terrorists. They're not good people. Why doesn't he sue them for not letting me back on X, former Twitter? I've not done anything wrong. I was banned when Donald Trump was banned as part of the purge. You know, that's freedom of speech. Not that I want to sue Elon Musk. I think he's a good guy, and he works for the White Hats, and he's getting severely attacked. And yeah, I mean, again, it's just a figure out there. It's just like other people are. It's more like having a figure out there for optics, and he's very important with Starlink and the satellite internet and so on. The DOJ and the Kamala Biden administration are under investigation. So the DOJ themselves are under investigation by the White Hats. And lots of people in the administration will be arrested in the near future. There will be a fight and a back and forth arguments in the months to come. So it will be getting more and more chaotic, and get used to it. And these compromised government officials will be exposed and fired and or arrested. There was a 60-minute interview with Kamala Harris. CBS News, there's a show that's called 60 Minutes, and she was severely exposed and failed in her answers. So there was a black man, his name is Whitaker, and he has been interviewing her. And my screen is just going on its own. I didn't push a button. And again, somebody trying to interfere here. So these little children, they're just like having a temper tantrum, I guess. So anyway, Kamala Harris was exposed, and she failed in her answers. There was another interview with Fox, and again, similar. She totally failed, and more people are voting for Trump. He's definitely leading in the polls. So then in the Senate, there were people talking about food colorings. Okay, they're banned in other countries, such as Australia and Europe, and they're allowed here, and they're dangerous. It's been scientifically proven that they cause cancer. And they're using these food colorings, I said this a long time ago, for mind control. And so when you buying something in the grocery store, just look at the ingredients. It says food colorings, E30 or something. Don't buy them, okay? It's in drinks, it's in chocolate, it's in sweets. Don't buy them, they're bad. They're going into your brain, they stay there for 3 months, and they're mind controlling you. And regarding parasites, why do they want parasites in your brain? They also bring nanotechnology with them. So some of these parasites, they absorb a lot of heavy metals, nanotechnology, and so they use them for mind control. And basically parasites in general, they make you feel bad. So they can then, basically it ruins your life when you eat these food colorings. It makes you feel bad, and they use them for mind control. They have more hold of you to mind control. So there's also a relationship between food colorings and mental illness. Of course, they're trying to deny that, but the studies have been done, and they showed a relationship, okay? So there's also a relationship between food chemicals and ADHD, okay? And so regarding parasites, so why would they be so interested in putting these parasites? I mean, there's alternatives. There's natural food colorings. You know, for red, you can use tomato or red beets. It's good enough for me. I mean, or blue. All these colors are in nature, and you can use alternatives. So why are they so insisting in putting these dangerous food colorings into your food? Is really for mind control. And parasites, they're very damaging, and I'm just gonna not read a script about what I want to tell you about toxoplasmosis, about parasites. Here's the bottom line. Studies regarding parasites have been coming out more and more the last 10-20 years, that they cause schizophrenia. Like the most studied parasite is Toxoplasma gondii. Toxoplasmosis is the disease. They say 30% of Americans have it, 60% worldwide. This doesn't include people who have the cysts. So, okay, so when the disease runs its course, you don't have it anymore. If you would do an antibody test, it would show up negative, but you still have the cysts for life in your brain. And this parasite has been scientifically proven, causes schizophrenia, causes anxiety, depression, self-destructive behavior. So you have maybe a girl who keeps going back to an abusive boyfriend, who is a victim of domestic violence and abuse, who might be controlled by this parasite. It's not far-fetched. It's scientifically proven it causes self-destruction. So these parasites, how they work is that they mind control. Like, for instance, some parasites cause fish to go to the surface to commit suicide so that they can survive. So it's scientifically proven that these parasites mind control, and they have been studied, and they're causing certain behaviors in their host for their own survival. So they are causing, for instance, certain sexual practices. so that you get in contact with some things, and that then causes you to get more parasites. They also want you to be unhealthy, have poor hygiene. That's also some when people have poor hygiene, that they maybe have parasites causing that, because the more germs you have around you, the more these parasites can drive. The more toxins you have inside you, the more these parasites are going to drive, because then the immune system is busy eliminating the toxins, eliminating these other germs and parasites and bacteria and stuff like that. Something like antibiotics can actually fuel more infections. It's been also scientifically proven that it actually causes yeast infections, candida, other types of infections, but also makes the parasites being enhanced, because it kills your natural flora, your natural immune system. Sunburn, okay, that creates damage to your skin. So then the parasites, they can take over, you have already in your body, and then cause skin cancer. And they can also mimic antibodies. So they can make it appear in front of your immune cells that these are antibodies. And then when it gets really bad and there's a lot of infections and parasites and a lot of toxins and so on, then you can get immune diseases such as cancer or autoimmune diseases and things like that. What the studies have shown is that definitely probiotics, a healthy gut, is really helpful to combat the parasites. And in my experience, it takes medication as well as natural remedies, both, to combat the parasites. There's no official cure or medication for the cysts in your brain from the toxoplasmas, but studies have shown that natural remedies such as turmeric, such as oil of oregano, for instance, and clove and nutmeg and wormwood and walnut tincture and things like that, that they do help eliminate the cysts in your brain. So everybody has parasites. Everybody has about 50 different species. So don't tell me you don't have parasites. Remember, as a kid, you were swimming in a pool and then accidentally swallowing that pool water. And these are parasites. They go into your brain. They're like fish-like. They're in your nervous system. They're in your brain. They're in your heart. They're in your lungs. Don't tell me they're not in your lungs, because the medical establishment is trying to say, oh, that's very rare to have lungworms. There's flukes, there is buds, there is in-between stages, there is eggs. So usually parasite medications, they do not kill the eggs. Glove is something that kills eggs. It's promised to kill all eggs. So it's not so easy to do it all, and I'm sure I'm going to cover it in my videos. Fenbendazole has been used for horses. We call it the power pack. 5 days fenbendazole, double amount, 5 days, removes a lot of parasites. But just by doing frequent parasite cleansers and cleansing, or when parents do give some anti-parasite medication to their kids, let's say they give Purentel and some other things, albuterol, I think it's for humans, called similar to fenbendazole or mebendazole, and some other medications. Just do it a couple of times a year, rotate these things, give it for a few days. I tell you, their kids are going to be much happier than parents who don't never give their kids anti-parasite medications. It does help, and I could go more deeper into it. I'm sure I'm going to talk about this more. I've studied these things for several months now. I'm a medical professional. I've worked in labs. I've diagnosed parasites. I've learned about parasites in my training. I graduated. And I can work in the lab with my training, and I've worked in doctor offices and in hospitals and so on. And so, in my younger years, and I recently studied these parasites, and I have experiences with the toxoplasmas. I know what it does to people, and there's also other parasites that cause schizophrenia, phobias, fear. We have seen it with the horses. As soon as you give them parasite medications, which you should give a couple of times a year, they're happier. they're happier. And how I came across this, I took the medications myself. I took antiparasite medications frequently this year, last year's, just being around horses. I also always take natural remedies, natural antiparasite herbal remedies. And I've been taking some stronger medication, and I've experienced these parasites coming out deep out of my chest area. And with that, some emotions came out I had when I was 5 years old. So these parasites were inside my chest, hidden somewhere. And I was remembering these emotions and these feelings. I'm like, I was shocked. I thought they were my own emotions. And they came from the parasites. And then I was researching. I already knew about the toxoplasmas. I've learned this in my training. And I've examined toxoplasmas. I know what they are. They're one-cell parasite. And I've read all kinds of studies about how they mind control the host and how they're causing these feelings and emotions and things like that. And then I realized the deep state's mind control and their psychic attacks, they wouldn't work well without these parasites, and they wanted to have these parasites. And America is the only real country where people just don't take frequent dewormers and parasite medications, and they should. They should. Anyway, I'm going to talk about this more. If you want to start right away and take some remedies that might be helpful, turmeric is really helpful. Wormwood tincture, black walnut tincture, glove is very good, and things like ginger, cayenne pepper, all that good stuff. It really helps. Neem is very good. It messes with the cycle. So if you have parasites in you, if you're taking neem or ashwagandha root, the parasites are going to be less strong. They're getting reduced, and the effect is not as big anymore. They're slowly dying off a little bit. I mean, it helps to take those things, especially neem is an absolutely miracle herb. I think, as I said, it takes, to be serious about getting rid of parasites, you have to break their cycle. And in my experience, it takes medication, and it takes also natural remedies. So when people do shamanic journeys, such as, I've never done it, but such as ayahuasca, for instance, really what it is, it's a purge, and it's bringing out all these parasites. And then they have all these experiences, they have emotions, they're crying, they have memories coming up. That's from the parasites. I mean, it goes so deep. I can talk about it for hours, and I'm sure we're going to talk about this parasite some more. And the truth is pushing out about this. So the medical establishment is still kind of in denial while the data is there. So I think in the next 10 years, there's no denying anymore. And it will be recommended, instead of doing a vaccination regimen, doing a deworming regimen for kids every year, take deworming medication and or natural remedies a couple of times a year. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and make it a great day.